Out of today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I think is largely underrated, and that's the subject of being authentic and letting go of the need to please others, basically. Being authentic takes courage sometimes because it might not be welcomed by others. And let me give you three examples. Recently, I got angry at my cousins who had organized the party for the birthday of my grandmother who turned 100 years old. Except they hadn't include they didn't include me in the organization of that party, which got me angry. And they were not really happy with that result. Um, Second, my mother and my father and my parents who had witnessed uh, that authenticity, authentic expression of my emotions, um, didn't like it either, and they told me so. For them, what was most important was, you know, not to fight with the family and have a beautiful, party for my grandmother who just turned 100 years old. So yeah. So again, uh, it wasn't really welcomed. And third example, um, I recently sent some small gift to my niece and my nephew who literally live uh, at the opposite point in the planet. They live in Singapore. I live in New York, and I told my sister that she hadn't really thanked me for these gifts, and ever since I told her that, we're not talking. Which you could argue that it wasn't welcomed either. So you're saying these three cases, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, um, authenticity is not welcomed. Number one, there is this idea out there that you're faced with a choice between pleasing others or being authentic and risking others to judge you or be angry at you. Uh, that paradigm, that scheme, that belief is flawed, because it's impossible to um, manipulate other people's opinion. An opinion changes all the time. You'll end up saying something to please someone and saying the opposite to please someone who has a different opinion. And if that same, in some cases, that these two people happen to be the same person, because again, opinion change all the time. Also, it's an impossible goal for you to try and manipulate other people's opinion. There isn't a consensus about you. In most cases, it's pretty vague because people are not debating about you more than a couple of minutes if they know you, if they're your family. They are debating about themselves mostly. Also, second point, if you do choose to be fake for the purpose of getting approval from others, people might sense that. They might sense that you're actually fake. And last but not least, if you don't do the job of discovering what's your authentic you, what is it that you really want? What is it that you want to accomplish? Who you want to become? How do you want to show up in the world? Then nobody else is going to do it. And you're going to end up doing all of that, but it's not going to be your agenda. It's going to be somebody else's agenda. And you'll never discover who your genuine you is or is capable of. Keep that in mind. It's not about choosing between pleasing or manipulating others uh, into liking you or being authentic. It's really choosing to be free, to become who you'll choose to become. De l'opinion des autres, vous ne maîtrisez pas. À tartuffer le monde, vous ne parviendrez pas. Octroyez-vous ce luxe, vous le valez pour vous, personne ne peut le faire